Hi everyone. I'm very excited to share our newest edition of indicators to Hawkside.co. As you can see, I'm going straight to the Hawk test page. Okay, you see hawkside.co/backtest. And I navigated to the custom strategy feature. So we are very excited to share that we now support on-chain trading indicators. So for those not familiar, on-chain trading indicators are um, indicators that are derived directly from blockchain data. So this is very relevant, especially for crypto investing. And for now, these indicators are more focused on flows for Bitcoin. So all you have to do to utilize these on-chain indicators is as you can see, I've already set up a template over here, but you can just replicate this. So the idea is that you'll see this data point is called on-chain transfers volume. If you hover over it, you'll see the full name. So transfers volume exchanges net for transactions. So this is actually referring to the net inflow of Bitcoin into centralized exchanges. So we can now use this information to generate our own trading strategies. So we're very excited to share this with everyone since we don't see this being offered in other platforms. And we're very proud to say that we're going deeper into the crypto space and supporting a lot of the more nuanced and a lot of the more complex and advanced strategies in the crypto space as well. So for the indicator today, we'll start with the transfers volume exchange net, which means, again, the net inflows of Bitcoin into centralized exchanges. If you want to look at the other on-chain indicators, you can just type when you go through the indicator dropdown, you can just type on-chain, and that will filter to the on-chain indicators that we have. So again, for now, it's still shortened, so you can just hover over it to see the full name. So you'll see we have a lot of indicators over here. So okay, let's zoom back into the transfers volume exchange from exchanges net. So again, this refers to the net amount of Bitcoin that's flowing into exchanges. So the idea of this indicator is that when it's positive, that means there's a net inflow. But when it's negative, there's a net outflow. So a sample strategy that we set out here is that when the net inflow of Bitcoin is less than negative 15,000, our signal is to buy. And so the idea here is that when Bitcoin is net leaving exchanges, it means that it's being put into other protocols, perhaps being used for DeFi products and other things. And so this tends to be a bullish indicator because it means that the market is continuing to hold coins and it's not sending them to centralized exchanges to liquidate them, which puts selling pressure on the asset, right? So this is a buy signal when there's a net outflow of Bitcoin from the centralized exchanges. And then from here, you'll see there's also a sell when. So the sell when condition is actually the exact opposite. So when you see that there is positive net inflow into the centralized exchanges of Bitcoin, and I put an arbitrary value here just based on visual backtesting, we set 25,000. So when we see more than 25,000 Bitcoin coming into the exchange, we set up a sell signal. And so if you scroll down, this is actually a very simple implementation. I'm looking forward to other users combining different indicators as well. But you'll see that from this simple signal and this simple set of rules that we created and we set up a strategy using them, you'll see that we have a return of 370% in the last year for Bitcoin, which is high when you compare it to the buy and hold returns of just 250%. So I'm very excited to share this with everyone. You'll see the price line over here. You'll see that there was a buy around 2020 October, and there was a sell signal actually right before the drop in May 13. Again, you can be more rigorous with these backtests, but this is more of meant to give an example of how you could utilize these on-chain analysis indicators. And if you look below, right, so you'll see the rules that I set out. You'll see transfers volume exchanges net, which is the net inflow of Bitcoin into exchanges, and you'll see the two lines that I drew out for the rule. So you'll see that when there's a crossover, similar to an RSI, there was a crossover below here. That's when we had the buy signal, and when we had the crossover above our threshold, that's when we had the sell signal. So yeah, excited to share this with everyone. Thanks for watching.